Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob Connor here once again with another video, and today I'm going to be ranking the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, which I think is worst, or I wouldn't say worst because they're mostly all good films. So I'd say least favourite or least best to best, obviously. Here's what I think. To be honest, I've done a few of these ranking videos, and I think they're quite difficult to do, to be honest. Well, I think they are. Because sometimes it's a bit unfair to say some are better than others. Because some have some have got good bits, but then others have got better bits, and it's difficult to say. We've all got our differences of opinions on the rankings, obviously. So no one's right and no one's wrong. In that case, just differences of opinion, and it's just all a bit of fun. It doesn't actually mean anything, but I just thought I'd do my version of the rankings. As I say, I've done a few. I'll probably do a few more, but I never really know, to be honest, what to. I think, as I say, I prefer the earlier ones to the later ones of movies. Here's the obviously 8 films in the franchise, and obviously a more recent one, which was quite a while back now. 2010, wasn't it? Yeah. Can't believe we've not had Nightmare on Elm Street since then. I thought there would have been another one, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be another one at some stage. Has to be. But I'm putting the most recent one last because although I thought it was, not a bad horror, and it was okay, as a general horror, and there was some good moments and good kills and stuff. And I tried to do a few things like the old, but obviously I just don't think it had. Freddy didn't look the best in it, did he? I just didn't feel I don't think I got the fun and enjoyment factor out of it as I did as the earlier ones. And I just don't think it is as strong. It's a bit weak in some places, but I think had it been, a different horror, or, the only Nightmare on Elm Street film, then it would have been alright. But, I just didn't feel it was as good, or, fun and enjoyable, I always find the early ones more, not just better, but just like, I see a lot of the films, fun and enjoyable factor out of them, rather than just being good. I consider, if I'm just going to be just watching it and just going to be bored or not really bothered, I want to feel relaxed and fun watching them, if that makes sense. So basically, I feel that they're all, I think they don't get better than the first. I think they get less good, and I think really they're all I think they're all pretty good, 1 to 7, but I think going backwards in that order, really, going not as good as from the first one going all the way to the 7th. I think they don't get worse as such, but just not better. So I think, so 7 Wes Craven's A New Nightmare. I'm not. I think it's all. I think it's all right, but I don't. I found it not as fun and just not, you know, where I always feel like I want to see it. I just felt, I think, less, a bit bored because you don't really see Freddy much, and it just seems to be like another film rather than an actual Nightmare on Elm Street film, because there's like earthquakes and that going on, and it feels like it's leaning towards like a disaster movie at some points rather than an actual horror film, which, I just didn't feel, that didn't get the fun enjoyment factor out of it as much as the early ones, and just don't feel it is better than the others, really. 6, again, I think that's, going in that order. The next one down, I think it's quite, I think it does have the fun and enjoyment factor to some extent. Probably not as much as the first 4, but it's there, and I think it is better than Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Well, that's my opinion anyway. I think it is pretty good all the way through. Got some good kills, which are pretty cool, and I think it's pretty good. 5, Dream Child, and I think again, that's the next one down. Going in the reverse order, because I can't see how any of those can just, or these more later ones more than the first 4, to be honest. So going back that way. The 5th, pretty good, but probably not in the top 3 or 4. Quite good all the way through. Got some enjoyable kills and stuff, but certainly not in the top 3 or 4. Now, 4th, and again, I think that is probably the 4th best, possibly 3 or 4 next. But Dream Master is quite good, and there's a lot of good kills, and it's fun and enjoyable, definitely. Certainly in the top 3 or 4 anyway, but it's pretty good. So obviously 6. Sorry, I'm losing track of what I've done here. So I said the 5th going down, 4th Dream Master, pretty good, and then the 3rd one, Dream Warriors. That again, I think is either 3 or 4, possibly, in that order. It's pretty good. It's got fun, enjoyable factor. Always look forward to seeing it. A lot of iconic moments. Just really fun and enjoyable, and a lot of good kills, and good all the way through. And second one, obviously, Freddy's Revenge is. I quite like it, to be honest. I think it's a pretty strong Freddy film. It's got all the fun and enjoyable factors on it, and a few good kills, and I think it's all pretty good all the way through. And I think that is probably second. So I'd probably say 7, 6, 5, then 3 or 4, then obviously that being 3, or that being 3, and then Freddy's Revenge 2, and then obviously the best one, which I think is the best one. I don't think there is one that's been better. Nightmare on Elm Street 1. I don't think it's been beaten. I don't think any of those are better. And I think it's pretty strong. It's got a scare factor. It's got them fun, enjoyable moments, or in general. It's got a lot of good kills. It's just really awesome all the way through. So many iconic moments, and it's just the first, obviously, iconic thing that started it all off. And you know, we wouldn't have got all the other Freddys if it wasn't for that. So, you know, and it's just so iconic that, you know, you got the Freddy character from, you know, and it's just pretty awesome horror film in general, really. It's just really, really good. You don't really see Freddy as a comical character, and it comes across as quite serious. Most of it is pretty awesome. And yeah, so that's the order really. Latest one. Then 7. Then 6. So 4 or 5 next. And then I'd say 3 or 4 next. And obviously third would be 3 or 4. And then definitely 2. And then the first. So that's pretty much it. My rankings. I'm sure other people have got different opinions. But I mean, to be honest, I don't really know. I mean, as I say, I quite like, it's up until at least, you know, 6 that I think are quite good. 1 to 4-ish, 5 being the best ones, probably 1 to 3 being the best. Well, at least 1 to 4 being the best ones. But yeah, definitely the latest one that I made, I'd say is the least. Couldn't say that was above any of those, to be honest. But yeah, there's my rankings on those. Feel free to leave any comments and your thoughts on the rankings of Nightmare on Elm Street. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want all the latest videos and other horror stuff on the channel, and more horror stuff's coming. There's always going to be horror stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. Don't feel if you're going to subscribe there's going to be nothing, because there's always going to be stuff. There's always going to be horror, there's always going to be action. Got lots more horror stuff coming, lots more stuff coming throughout the year, more horror, loads more horror coming, you know, all the time. And it's just going to be really fun and enjoyable. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Cheers, take care, see ya.